Hey everyone, today's video is about when you get extreme headaches secretly. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And let's get going. You wince, squeezing your eyes shut as a spike of pain lands through your skull. It felt like 1,000 angry bees had taken up residence behind your forehead, buzzing with a fury that threatened to split your head open. You press your palms against your temples, trying to massage the ache away. This wasn't uncommon. Headaches had become a regular visitor in your life, an unwelcome guest that you can't seem to shoo away. Usually, they were manageable, a dull throb that a few painkillers and some rest could subdue. But today, the pain was different. It was a monstrous, unrelenting beast, clawing at your sanity. Across the room, you hear the telltale rumble of explosions outside. A smile, faint and tinged with pain, tugs at your lips. That would be Bakugo, training with Kirishima, no doubt. You imagine them, bathed in the golden afternoon sun, sweat beading on their foreheads as they spar. The picture warms you, even amidst the throbbing pain in your head. A groan escapes your lips as you rise unsteadily, the room tilting around you. You took a shaky step, then another, aiming for the window. Fresh air, you convinced yourself. That's all that you need. Just a breath of cool air. But your legs betray you. The world spins, colors burning into a dizzying kaleidoscope. And just as you lose consciousness, a primal fear grips you. Not for yourself, but for the secret that you have been holding close. The one that threatened to shatter the fragile peace that you had built with Bakugo and Kirishima. The next thing you register is the familiar scent of disinfectant and the worried murmurs above you.
"I am baby. Can you hear me?"
Bakugo's voice was rough, a tremor of fear lacing his usual bite. You try to open your eyes, but your eyelids feel like lead weights. A muffled groan is all that you can manage. Kirishima leans into your field of vision, his red hair a fuzzy halo against the stark white ceiling.
"Hey there, champ. Don't worry. You're at the hospital, and we're right here."
There's a comforting warmth in his voice, a grounding presence in the swirling storm of your headache. Slowly, your vision clears. You see Bakugo beside Kirishima, his face etched with a worry that you have never seen. It's a sight that makes your heart clench. You hate being the reason for that expression.
"What happened?"
You croak, your voice hoarse.
"You passed out,"
Kirishima explains gently.
"We were training outside, and we went to check on you. When Bakugo noticed that you weren't yourself. So you were pretty pale. And then, well, you went down."
Bakugo doesn't speak, but his worried gaze speaks volumes. You know that you can't keep your secret any longer. It's written on their anxious faces, a silent plea for honesty. Taking a deep breath, you force the words out.
It's the headaches."
You confess, bracing yourself for the reaction.
"They've been getting worse lately."
Silence hangs heavy in the air. Then Bakugo explodes, but not in the way that you expected.
"Worse? Why the hell didn't you say anything?"
He said. His voice was a low growl, frustration mixed with what sounds suspiciously like concern.
"I didn't want to worry you."
You mumble, tears welling up in your eyes. You hate the weakness, the vulnerability that you feel in this moment. Kirishima reaches out, squeezing your hand gently.
"Hey, you shouldn't have kept it all to yourself. We're a team, remember? And teams look after each other."
Tears fell down your cheeks, a mixture of relief and fear. You recount your recent struggles, the debilitating headaches, the fear that something was terribly wrong. You tell them about the doctor's appointment you had scheduled for the next week, an appointment that you had almost cancelled out of fear. The air was heavy with unspoken emotions as you finish your confession. Bakugo remains uncharacteristically quiet, while Kirishima squeezes your hand tighter. They don't push for details, they just listen intently, their worried expressions mirroring your own. Finally, Bakugo speaks, his voice softer than you've ever heard. "We're going with you to that appointment." It's a statement, not a question. A watery smile stretches your lips. "Okay," you whisper, feeling a weight lift from your shoulders. You weren't alone in this. You had them. The following week, the three of you sit huddled in the doctor's office, the silence thick with tension. The doctor, a kind-faced woman with wary eyes, finishes examining your scans. Her expression is unreadable. "There's something there. A mass." The doctor concludes, her voice somber. The words hangs in the air, a dark cloud descending upon the sterile office. Bakugo tenses beside you, his hand unconsciously gripping the armrest of the chair. Kirishima's normally bright eyes were clouded with worry. You force a shaky breath out, the world shrinking around you. A mass. The doctor's words echo in your mind, a terrifying confirmation of your worst fears. "It's small," the doctor continues, her tone attempting a semblance of reassurance, "but it's definitely there in the frontal lobe. We'll need to run some more tests to determine the nature of the mass. A biopsy is the next step." Bakugo lets out a growl, low and frustrated. "What the hell does that even mean?" The doctor explains the procedure, her voice calm and professional. You barely register the details, your mind locked in a battle between fear and a desperate hope clinging to life. Leaving the doctor's office, you feel numb. Bakugo walks beside you, a rare silence hanging between you. Kirishima's hand rests on your shoulder, a silent promise of support. Back at the UA dorms, the usually lively atmosphere feeling suffocating, you retreat to your room, collapsing onto your bed. And later that night, as you lie in bed, Bakugo enters your room. He sits on the edge of your bed, a hesitant expression on his face. He doesn't speak, but the look in his reddened eyes speaks volumes. "Hey," he says softly, reaching out to touch his hand. "It's gonna be okay," you say, more for him than yourself. He lets out a humorless cough. "Don't say stupid things, idiot," he says, but his voice cracks halfway through, revealing the fear that he's trying to hide. "I'm scared," you admit, "but I'm really glad that I don't have to face it alone." He squeezes your hand tightly. "And neither do you say. We'll get through this one together. You're our teammate, remember? And heroes never back down from a fight," he says. A choked sob escapes your lips, but this time, it's not just fear, it's a sob of relief. The days that follows are a blur of tests, scans, and agonizing waiting. Kirishima becomes your rock, a constant source of positivity and unwavering belief. Bakugo, ever the tsundere, hides his concern behind gruff remarks. And finally, the day of the biopsy arrives. You step into the sterile operating room. Bakugo holds your hand, and Kirishima gives your shoulder a reassuring squeeze. The procedure was a blur, the aftermath a haze of discomfort and grogginess. And when you wake up, you're greeted by the worried faces of your two boys. They share a relieved smile when your eyes flutter open. The next few days were a roller coaster of emotions. The waiting is gnawing a beast that steals your peace, but you have them, your Kirishima and Bakugo. Their presence a constant source of strength. They make you laugh, distract you with stories of their latest training sessions, their unwavering support a balm to your soul. And finally, the results came in. The doctor sits you down, her expressions grave. You brace yourself. The good news, the doctor begins, is that the mass is being. It's a slow-growing tumor, but not cancerous. A wave of relief washes over you. Tears start streaming down your face, a mixture of joy and disbelief. You look at the two boys beside you, their faces mirroring your own, and the next few days were filled with joyous celebration. You laugh harder, cherish every moment with renewed fervor. The scare, though terrifying, has brought you closer, forging a bond that was stronger than ever before. Thank you guys for listening. Hope you like this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And goodbye. Love you all so much. Bye bye.